There comes a time in every Smash Bros. Player's career where you hit an all-time low. Maybe your friends have all mastered the counter pick on your main, maybe the characters you once loved don't hold that same place in your heart anymore. But no matter what, when that time comes, you're faced with a decision. Some players choose to quit the game, like losers. Others train, put in the effort, and overcome their obstacles through sheer dedication. And that sounds like way too much work. However, there is another way that some individuals choose to forge their own destiny. In these instances, almost by pure instinct, they find their hands wandering over to a new menu, one they've never before visited. And before you know it, the time has come and the world is their canvas. And if I am to assume that you are one of those people, if you're gonna get through this, you'll need to trust in me. God, that's really the cold open I'm going with today. All right, let's do this. Now, when it comes to the Miis, the real girth of the characters comes from their customizable moves. However, you might be surprised to find out that Mii Brawler actually has other moves as well, perhaps even a couple useful ones. So before I get into the meat of this video, let me cover some of the basics first. Up tilt or down throw into up aerial lets you juggle your adversaries like a goddamn clown, which, with a character that's pretty much entirely customizable, can be taken metaphorically or very much literally. Alongside that, you've got moves like down tilt that'll put your opponent in perfect ass-kicking range for a forward aerial or neutral aerial, and once you're finished pulverizing your opponent like your name is Cookin' Mama, and once again, these characters are customizable, so that's very much a real possibility, Mii Brawler's smash attacks can help you finish the job, because although this character may have the effective range of a toddler with a Napoleon complex, this toddler also happens to hold the destructive power of a freight train in those stubby little limbs. So should the occasion call for a finishing move, definitely don't sleep on the smashes. And that just about covers the more important starter moves, so let's move on to the fun part. Now, the difficulty in the Miis is that naturally with a character that can be custom built to fit your exact needs, there are, to put in scientific terms, an assload of possibilities for how it's gonna turn out. Like 81 assloads. So for the sake of simplicity, I came up with what I believe to be 3 common tropes of brawlers that you can use as a basis to determine both the fighting and the aesthetic style that best fit you. Think of it like one of those BuzzFeed personality tests, except instead of subtly patronizing you with obvious questions to make you feel like you really earned your title of Hufflepuff, I'm just gonna patronize you to your face, because if everybody is aware of how much they suck, then at least we've all got something to bond over. So let's start things off with a brawler subclass I like to refer to as Hype or Die. You know that one friend who mains Captain Falcon and is complete irredeemable garbage at the game but won't shut up about the one time that he hit you with a Falcon Punch? Yeah? Have you ever wanted to be that friend? Well, this way you can be that guy while also making the character look like your grandma. With moves like Exploding Kick, which is just a reskinned version of a Falcon Punch, Head-On Assault, which is just a reskinned version of a Bowser Bomb, and Suplex, which is just a reskinned version of the infamous Dynamite Kid vs. Macho Man Randy Savage Superplex from the 1985 Wrestling Classic semifinals. Anybody who eats, sleeps, and breathes hype will champion this loadout till the day they die. Hence the name. Basically, this person operates almost entirely off of combos and hard reads. Your rules are simple but effective. Suplex when you're up a stock, Exploding Kick like your thumb is super glued to the B button, Headbutt to slam back to the ground, or better yet, to spike an opponent 6 feet underground. And most importantly, don't forget to pop off for every stock you take. And naturally, no recovery is better suited to this theme than Mii Brawler's Soaring Axe Kick, which may not be the best for actual recovery, but is pretty damn good for taking an opponent out with you when the move inevitably fails to return you to the stage. And at the very least, it looks pretty damn cool. Speaking of cool, with a style like this, you better have a character design that sends one of 2 messages. I'm a badass, or I'm a genuine monstrosity of creation. Either your opponent is going to be taken down by a fighter who is both stronger and more likable, or the most tragic and pitiable creature on the face of the planet. And while we're on the topic of tragic and pitiable creatures, gamers. Some of them try way too hard. And while this usually results in nothing more than some weird looks when you spike a controller after a crushing defeat against a level 3 AI, sometimes you're able to earn the fear and respect of your peers through the sweat you put into honing your craft. In other words, I've chosen to name this subclass Sweatpool, in honor of all the gamers out there who think that looking up and using Mii Brawler's best custom moves is the best way to show off that they're an alpha. So first off, you have Feint Jump, which propels Mii Brawler in an arc that can be used for evasion, recovery, offensive mix-ups, and being the proud recipient of a cease and desist from Zero Suit Samus. Then you've got Shot Put, which is a shot put, because why try to beat the competition at the big track meet when you already have the tools you need to just eliminate the competition entirely? And alongside moves like Burning, Drop Kick, and Helicopter Kick, which may not be exceptional moves on their own, but are pretty well-rounded both offensively and as recovery tools, this makes for a Mii Brawler that has all the tools you need to exude an aura of, yeah, I'm pretty good. But I'm also trying to be casual about it, because you probably wouldn't think I'm cool if you knew that I put 400 hours into this Fozzie Bear OC. And honestly, when it comes to style, what I just said right there says it all. You're gonna want a style that says, I can hang with the boys, but if you take me to a last stock situation, everybody better shut the fuck up and let me concentrate. And to finish things off, let's discuss a subclass of brawlification that everybody has almost certainly experienced at one point or or another. And of course, there's really no beating around the bush with this one, so I just went as straightforward as possible and called this subcategory anime. For those who miraculously have no clue what I'm talking about, this is when you put your favorite anime badass into the game because, I don't know, you think it'll make you stronger. These players pretty much select their moves based on which ones look the fastest and would feel coolest when preceded with lines like, "Omae wa mo shinderu," or, "And this is to go even further beyond," or just like screaming. Anyway, you get the gist. And like I said a second ago, when it comes to the actual gameplay, you're just really going full aggro rushdown strats with some really fast punches thrown in for flair. Like if you edited together a clip of somebody landing a flashing mock punch or an onslaught or a thrust uppercut immediately followed by Master Roshi on the sideline saying, "Not even I can follow their movements anymore," I would just believe that I was watching a clip from the World Martial Arts Tournament. No questions asked. And to finish off the moveset, I threw a counter in there because anime practically invented the no-you attack, so it just works. And you know, for all the flack I'm giving this one, it's not even necessarily that bad. In fact, it can be great against opponents who crumble under pressure. The biggest challenge is really just that you gotta make a decision early on as to your level of commitment to the bit. You're either the low-key anime fan who watched maybe a little bit of Sailor Moon growing up, but like not enough to get you judged. Or you're going full dumbass mode and after a win, you're ripping off your shirt and Naruto running out of the house shouting like a maniac. Anything in between and you lose all respect from your peers, and that's a fact. So in summary, although Mii Brawler's standard moves are definitely important for setting up combos and finishing off opponents, your experience is really going to depend on where you lie on the spectrum of Mii-based custom combat. And while certainly I think these categorizations are good starter points, don't be afraid to mix and match the moves because at the end of the day, I'm not your dad. Do whatever the fuck you want. Anyway, now all you gotta do is train hard, troll harder, and remember that even after all of that, if you still lose, you've got like 80 more chances at finding the right character customization for you. Until next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe because not only do I make a new video every Monday, but this week I'm gonna be releasing all of the Miis at once. So be on the lookout for that later this week. Anyway, thank you to my patrons. They're all on the screen right now and I really appreciate you guys' support. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms if you wanna. They're at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, until next time guys, stay funky fresh? I don't know, I'm always bad at outros. Bye!